how do you do it all? So I often get asked, how is it that you have kids and you have a business and yet you can still have time for family and friends? And I would say it's because I have VAs. Well, how convenient is that? I run a VA company where I hire virtual assistants for business owners so they can free themselves off and be able to do a lot of more things or spend time doing what they love. And so I too have VAs. So in this video, I want to share with you the different VAs that make my life run smoothly. And because me alone could not do everything, I only have 24 hours a day, just like everyone else. But it takes about 5 or 6 VAs that's working with me directly right now that is making my life so much easier. However, in this video, I want to share with you my top 4 VAs that I currently work a lot with every single day, and I'll explain exactly what they do for me. So let's start with Wendy. So Wendy is currently my general manager, and she has been with us or with me since like over 10 years ago. So back then when I had a marketing agency, I hired her as a content writer, and then she became a content writer manager, and she was working with me through a client at the time. But she was just so amazing, and we had a great personal relationship that later on when I moved on into starting Outsourcing Angel, and she didn't have a job at that time, I said to her, hey, why don't you come and work with me? And so I've known her for more than 10 years, but she has been with us from day one at Outsourcing Angel. And so Wendy was someone that was always good at taking over exactly what I was doing before. So what I mean by that is I used to be the recruitment manager, and I would recruit. And then she would be the next person I would teach exactly what I wanted to offload, and she ended up doing recruitment. And after she did recruitment, she started helping me with finance. And so she was like my right-hand woman, taking over anything that I was good at, and now I want to step up into something else. And so right now, as a general manager, she's responsible for our payroll, finance, as well as kind of making sure that all the virtual assistants are happy. But she does things like company trip organizing for me because she knows the culture, she knows what I want in the company trips. And so right now we're working together to organize that event in November. And you know, she's always there for me when I'm trying to organize company activities to keep the VAs engaged, because you know, as a CEO right now, one of my top priority is to create and maintain a great company culture, to really continue to spread the values and making sure we don't lose our core values as we grow. But most importantly, I think Wendy plays a key role in that she knows my finance, she knows my numbers. Even if I'm hiring Australian staff later on, it doesn't mean that they straight away have access to my finance. It's actually the person that I trust most, and that is Wendy. So Wendy plays a key role in the company for me. Now, the next VA that I like to highlight or share is Karina. So Karina is not from the Philippines like where Wendy is. She's actually from Indonesia. And so the reason why she's Indonesian is that back in the days when I was doing a marketing agency, I hired people from everywhere. It didn't matter whether they're from Philippines or somewhere else. It was really the talent that I was after. And so I've kept Karina from my marketing agency time till this day. And so Karina used to do my social media. We were executing the social media projects together when we had the marketing agency. But then when she moved on into the Outsourcing Angel business, she became my executive assistant. And yes, over time, she has moved in and out of different departments, helping the social media team. But right now she's back working with me. And how she helps me is she's basically now my right-hand woman when it comes to my branding. So it means when someone's trying to reach out to me and book me in for a podcast or want to be mentored by me, she will be the one managing that. She also looks for podcast opportunities for me or events that I should attend. She also helps to produce content for me on my social media. So I might be shooting this video, but she's the one project managing it, editing the videos with the editor. She doesn't have to edit the videos, but we have an editing team. But she'll coordinate it. She'll repurpose the content into snippets and then write the captions and schedule them for me. And so right now she's also helping me to manage the podcast episodes that I have at EO. So EO is an organization for entrepreneurs, and as part of my contributing effort back to the community, I am doing their podcast. And so she's the one that's contacting the guests that agreed to go on my show. She communicates with them, books them in, and makes sure that the project runs smoothly. And another thing I'm excited for her to work on with me is applying our company to become B Corp. And so Karina, knowing that she knows the company inside out and she's been with us for so long, I know that she knows a lot of information that will be valuable for her to work in order to submit, questions within B Corp, because B Corp is going to ask you questions around how do you structure your company, what are your core values, and how do you run your business in general. And so I placed her as someone to help me to get ourselves certified as B Corp. The next person on my list is Sita. So Sita is actually in Singapore. So how we started working with her is she got introduced to us by my managing director, Richard. And so he worked with her in previous work, and he said that she's really amazing, great content writer, but it's just a very hardworking person. And she definitely is, but little did we know that her personality is so different to her online persona. So if you ever meet her, she's very shy and she's very timid, but yet she is a shining star when it comes to lead generation. So what she does for me is she handles my LinkedIn. So she helps with engagement. She helps with using Sales Navigator to identify opportunities to talk to leads, and she engaged with our clients. And most importantly, she is so great at managing my appointments, my calendar booking, because with my calendar being all over the place with my kids' schooling, activities, and my personal commitments, as well as the different business I used to run or different roles that I play, yes, she knows how to navigate it, or how to kind of help me find time for work, but also remembers to balance my time with playtime. So she'll be like, Lynn, I'm going to block out those days because, you need those days off for your family, and I'm going to, book you in for next week. So I really love that she knows what's best for me as a CEO. And one of her major job that she also does is when I was helping in the last month in sales, she was the one doing sales admin. So that means creating proposals, following up with the leads. So this is half of her other role. She works with our sales manager to actually support her in her sales role. Now let's save the best for last, Victoria. Now Victoria, I know you're watching this because Victoria is someone that is currently helping me with my YouTube. So I find that doing YouTube is a lot easier when you have someone to facilitate you with. So someone on the other end on Zoom asking you questions, probing those ideas so that you could just answer them. And when you're shooting content on your own, it can get really, really difficult. So I love that she really knows how to ask questions, because she's also a social media marketer herself. She's actually a YouTube content creator, so check her out on her own channel over there. And guess what? We found each other on YouTube. And so what Victoria does for me now is she helps me with Reels ideas, help me with creating content for YouTube, but most of her time is also helping our social media team at Outsourcing Angel. So I must say that without these girls, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, but I love that they also have variety in their role. While they're helping me, they also belong to other departments and helping to grow the business and be part of the different departments that need them. So I hope I've given you some ideas on how I function, how I utilize virtual assistants, and it gives you ideas on how you can utilize VAs as well. And just remember, VAs are like people. They don't have all the skills, all the strengths, but they have certain skills and strengths. And that is why when you have a team, you can really hone in and get the best of everyone. So I love that Victoria is so great at content, while Cedar is not a content person, but so great at kind of lead generation online. But when you're trying to make the other person be better in certain things, you'll rob them of their happiness. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you again in the next video.